Hey everyone, this is my match reaction to Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2, away from home at Old Trafford. It was an interesting game overall, but the second half we were extremely poor. We sat back and we invited the pressure onto us. And we're developing a tendency to sit back in games when we go a goal up, buckle under pressure, and invite pressure from the opposition onto us. And we're giving the opposition team a lot of respect, which seems like it's coming from an experienced team overall. We're losing without giving up a fight recently, and especially today's performance. It was clear as day in the second half that United wanted it more and they turned up. It was a hard loss overall. I would have taken a draw, but Odegaard, although he got on the score sheet, he self sabotaged himself by fouling Fred, giving away the penalty to Cristiano Ronaldo. But, not just the fact that we have a team mostly relying on youth, but our senior players didn't turn up at all, especially the likes of Aubameyang and Thomas Partey. Our midfield was non existent today. Smith Rowe, brilliant goal by him. But after that goal, what did we do? We sat back and invited pressure onto us, allowing Man United to get back into the game. And the immaturity from the defenders might show that they're not taking enough responsibility to push the whole team as a cohesive unit. In the first 10, 15 minutes of that second half, we were controlling the ball. We were having good ball retention. We were making direct passes and we were making good defending and blocks. But then we sat back yet again, and the third goal was absolutely baffling from Martin Odegaard to foul Fred and give away a foolish penalty. A senior player would not have done that. An experienced player wouldn't have even done that kind of foolish foul and challenge to give away a penalty that caused Man United to win the game. And today, the senior players, Aubameyang was non-existent today. He didn't turn up. Even the chance that he was given, he should have buried that, but he failed to do so. He should have been taken off the pitch a long time ago, and we should have moved Martinelli up front to striker, or we should have brought Lacazette on. Aubameyang, it just seems like in recent games he hasn't turned up, and he looks so out of it and not up to par whatsoever. Thomas Partey was extremely poor in the first half. He was causing us to constantly lose the ball out of play, and we were really struggling with ball retention. He improved in the second half a bit, making a great pass to Martinelli for the goal that Martin Odegaard had. But he made a lot of poor passes and was very poor on decision making. And to me, he just doesn't cut it. Lokonga, although he's a young player, he's a lot better at decision making and makes a lot more decision making in terms of direct passes and keeping the ball to our own retention. I've seen a lot better of that from Lokonga than I have seen from Partey in recent games. Great defending from Tomiyasu and Gabriel at times, but Smith Rowe and Martinelli today had a good performance. Ramsdale made some good saves, but there was no way he could have saved the penalty. He went too early for it. And the second goal also from Cristiano Ronaldo to get his 800th goal was incredible. Overall, it just felt like a big opportunity missed, and this was kind of the rivalry that I grew up on. And today, for our performance, we have ourselves to blame, especially our senior players who have failed to turn up against big teams. Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah coming on as substitutions. I feel like Eddie Nketiah coming on as a sub instead of Nicola Pepe was a poor substitution tactic. And Laka and Eddie did not get into the game at all, which didn't help our cause. We struggled extremely in attack yet again, and Saka at times was too deep. Our brightest player today, if I had to pick one, was Gabriel Martinelli. He was constantly being a threat all over on that pitch, making direct passes and great through balls and making good runs, and he impressed me today. Odegaard, brilliant finish for the goal, but he gave away a foolish penalty, which costed us the game, really. And it felt like we were once again too scared to turn up in a big game. You can't really blame the youth either. For me, it felt like more of the senior players not turning up and truly playing for the badge. And it felt like Aubameyang Partey let me down, especially. And it was an abysmal performance overall. I haven't been this livid at an Arsenal performance in a long time. And this United team was completely there for the taking. And they didn't even play their best starting 11. The only positives I have today was good defending from Tomiyasu in the first half. and Gabriel Martinelli being the best player on the pitch if I had to pick one. Very poor game management overall throughout our senior players who failed us. Aubameyang's inability to even challenge or rough up United's center half shows that he's a featherweight and shows how desperate we are for a complete striker in January. Odegaard and Partey were extremely poor in possession. They were being drawn out and not good enough. And United clearly showed that they wanted it more. In the first half, we were dribbling in the final third, and our wingers were forced to dribble the ball more, causing us to lose the ball easily. The midfield was not engaged as a cohesive unit today. And Partey, it was so easy for Manchester United to get the ball off of Thomas Partey. He was just so poor today. Overall, I think the substitutions were made too late, and I think poor substitutions were made. Aubameyang should have been taken off. Smith Rowe should have stayed on, and Pepe should have came in on the pitch instead of Eddie Nketiah. And United were there for the taking in the second half. And, we took a step back. We invited pressure onto us, and Odegaard's foolish foul on Fred costed us the game. Overall, a hard defeat away from home, but we move on to the next game Monday at Goodison Park, and we have to beat Everton. Everton are really poor under Rafa Benitez, and hopefully we get the much-needed 3 points. We can't afford to lose 3 points, and it seems like we're struggling to beat teams because we're not giving our best performance. And, it's really concerning that we're respecting the opposition way too much. We need to change the corner, and beating Everton away from home is our next call. But I'll see you all for the next match review. Take care, everyone, and have a great night.